John. Evening. Good. What day is this? Thursday. Can't type. Perfect. As you join this evening, I did somewhere in here I wrote, I suggest that you have a maybe 2 rolled towels. We've been using those in this evening practice. Just a nice way to support the legs, the lower back, a couple of the shapes that we'll be taking tonight. And also if you have blocks, to bring them in. And if you have a blanket and you want to cover yourself up at the end, I try and leave some time here. Hello, Barbara. At the end for a little bit longer Shavasana. These live classes doing about a minute, but maybe doing a little bit more. So allowing yourself to be set up for that at the end. So just really this evening practice about just quieting yourself, letting the day and all that energy of the day kind of slip off you. Sometimes we find that we kind of wake up with such good intentions of being calm and mellow and laid back throughout the day, and then that energy kind of creeps back in where, we're back to being driven, a little bit striving, and finding that we're feeling stressed, and we might not even recognize it until you come to a moment like this, the end of the day, and settle on your mat for practice, and you realize, wow, my energy has been intense and kind of rose up endlessly throughout the day. Hello, Taylor and Lorraine, nice to have you. So just seeing if you can move a little bit more into that space of ease, right? Less of that doing, and more just allowing your body to move into calm, into ease. So as we begin this evening, just start in your seated position. I'm going to sit up on a blanket. You might sit up on a towel or two. I brought some of the props here, 2 towels and 2 blocks. You don't have to have the blocks this evening, as we spend most of the time actually seated or laying down in this class. So just taking the time, letting the sit bones rock a little bit side to side, creating that foundation of your practice in your seat. Just dropping into your body. I don't know about you, but sometimes most of the time, when I arrive onto my mat, I just feel such gratitude. It's like, here is the place that I can drop in, be myself, really tap deeply into my heart, my soul, and just let the tension, let the drivenness of the outside world, let that go, and just be present. And just notice in yourself, maybe as you show up for your practice, how it feels for you to just be here. Right here, right now. And it might take a little bit of time to let that mind settle in. You might notice the mind for you is thinking about that one other thing in the other room, or just that one person that we need to text, or whatever it is. Maybe your mind is still pulling you like that. Give it a chance, practicing that kindness, that sweetness to yourself and to your body, and just let it settle. And just notice the movement of your breath in your body. Notice where it goes in your body, not trying to change anything, just observing. You might notice for you it's low in your belly. Maybe the breath is tight and up into the chest. Maybe it's short. Maybe it's fluid. Maybe it's long already. Just notice how that breath is moving. Just take a soft inhale through the nose. Take these shoulders, bring them up towards the ears, and then with that soft exhale, let the shoulders melt down the back of the body, and you're just sitting a little taller here. And just begin to move the body, swaying side to side here. And seeing if you can just let the head begin to move with you, just organically, naturally. Doesn't need to be big. Doesn't need to be striving. It can just be a soft, easeful movement. Notice how it feels into your waist, into your sit bones, up the rib cage, into the shoulders, into the neck. And then begin to let that head just move a little bit as well, a little bit more of that swaying, that softness, like a swaying tree as it moves in the wind. Just go inward and let go of that outside world, let go of those expectations of your practice, of yourself, and just be. Beautiful. And then as you sway side to side, we're slowly going to begin to turn this into some circles. Just moving forward and then sitting back, tucking the chin as you round behind you. One direction. Rounding forward, chin might lift a little bit or whatever feels right to you. And then sit back. One more time. Beautiful. Sit back here and pause as you sit back. So as you pause, the belly button draws in. Just let that chin dip a little bit more. And breathe into the shoulder blades. See if you can relax these hips. 2 more breaths. Just go inward. 1 more breath. And then slowly from here, we're going to place these hands down onto the earth, or maybe you slide those blocks in. A little bit of lift for those hips, trying not to stress them as you take this into a little bit of that forward fold. Notice the leg that's in front. You might feel a little bit more of the sensation of the posture there. And same thing, just let the head go. Rock side to side. You might walk out a little bit further. That's up to you. Whatever it is this evening, whatever you desire and that body feels is right, just move into that. Not forced, not driven, just soft, joyful. Beautiful. And then from here, just tuck the chin, draw the belly in. You're going to roll yourself up, and as you do, just let the shoulders again melt down the back of the body. Just feel that space. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to take and bring this right hand down to the earth alongside us, and then we're going to let that left ear dip down towards the shoulder. And try not to round there or lift that left shoulder up towards the ears, but just get some nice space into the whole right side of your body. And if it feels right, you can always lift that arm a little bit, reaching the fingertips a little bit more, or just keep it a little closer to your body. But just honor your neck. Honor this practice this evening as you just settle that mind, let go of the intensity. Beautiful. 1 more breath here. Perfect. And then let that head come back, placing that right hand maybe onto the knee. And then that left hand comes down alongside. Grow long here. And then just softly let that right ear melt towards that right shoulder. Breathing into the opposite side. And again, you might take those fingertips further out. You might even reach the arm out. Again, make it what's right for you. For me, a nice, gentle, soft practice. Letting the day slip away. One more breath here. Beautiful. And then let that head come back up. And from here, we're going to take these legs and we're just going to switch them. So bring the opposite leg in front. You might take a little break, kind of a little windshield wiper, and then switch. Resetting up your seat, making it yours. You can always bring blocks or blankets or cushions underneath those knees. Place the hands on them. And the same thing, you'll notice it's a little easier. Just rock side to side to start. Get a little lost in it. Just feel the space into the side body, the rib cage, the neck, the shoulders. Beautiful. Good. And then from here, we're going to begin to move the opposite way into these circles. So I always know my way is to move one direction. It's to the right to start. So for me, I'm going to move my circles starting the other direction. Notice, take a moment to find that for you. And we're making those circles. Slow, soft. You might sit back again, kind of tucking that chin. Staying connected. One more. Beautiful. And then this time you're going to sit back and you're going to pause there. Hands cupping the knees, chin dipping down. And just feel that nice space into the back of the body. Breathing in, breathing out. The more you lean back, the more you kind of tuck the chin and get that space into the shoulder blades. One more breath here. Lift the belly button in and up. And then slow, you're going to roll forward and just lift the chin slightly, shoulders down the back of the body, open the heart there. And then place these hands down onto the earth, or you might, again, slide that block in or a prop of some sort to keep you a little higher. Watch your knees. This isn't about stressing the knees, so keep it in a place that's easeful. Rocking side to side, you might begin to let that head go. Maybe walking out a little bit. Whatever feels right. Noticing that different leg. It's going to go deeper into that part of the body, that side of the body. One more breath. And then ever so slowly, we're going to roll ourselves up. Good. And let the shoulders melt down the back of the body, sitting tall. Taking that right leg, we're going to bring it out to the side. So it's out to the side, the torso still stays facing forward. And you can always place a block underneath that left knee. And even more, if you like, you can take a blanket or this rolled towel and place it underneath that right knee, yeah? So it doesn't overextend itself. Sit nice and tall here. And then the same thing as before, we're just gonna bring these hands down onto the earth and slide maybe a block underneath them if you like. Keep those right toes turning up towards the sky. And just let yourself be. You can walk the hands out slightly. Let the head go. Just breathe in and out. And then ever so slowly, we're just going to walk these hands around over to the right, over that right leg, and just reestablish that spine. Let it grow long, and then softly let it melt over that right leg. Notice where, again, you're kind of driven, you're pushy, you're forceful. See if you can let that attitude, that belief system go and soften into the space of ease, space of joy, space of the present moment. Let your head go. You might walk the hands a little bit more out, but again, we're in the beginning part of this practice, so be very kind. Find the breath. Let that guide you. Beautiful. One more breath. And then lift the belly button in, tuck the chin, and very slowly roll yourself up. Should feel sweet. Take your time. And then we're going to take that right hand to that left knee, and that left hand comes behind you. Flex slightly through the right toes, right heel. Grow long, and then take a twist to the left, opening up that heart. Breathing in, breathing out. 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. Coming back through to center. That would be my cat knocking over furniture. And we're going to take the opposite leg, the left leg, bring it out to the side, and that right foot comes to the inside of that leg. And again, I'm going to encourage support this evening. Maybe a prop underneath that right knee. Maybe that rolled towel underneath that left knee to make sure you don't overextend. Sit nice and tall. I'm going to place my hands onto the earth, but you can always slide another prop underneath those fingertips. And just allow yourself to be here. Taking a few breaths. Noticing the energy up that left leg. And again, that energy into the right hip, up the spine, that release. Come back to the breath and maybe sway a little bit side to side. Notice each time the mind takes over again. See if you can release it and just come back to the sweetness of here and now. One more breath here. Beautiful. Lift the belly button in and up and begin to walk the hands over to the left, and they might come either side of that left leg. Shimmy around a little bit. Get some length in the spine and then melt into it. Exhale. Beautiful. Find your space here. Head might go. There's a nice stretch coming into that right hip. Rib cage. Into the shoulder. Take a few breaths here. Just notice again, we don't need to be forceful. Let this hamstring open up. Let that spine, each vertebrae, lengthen and expand. Beautiful. One more breath. Love it. Now tuck the chin and slowly roll yourself up. Take your time. Use the core to help that movement. And then take that left hand to the right knee. The right hand's going to come behind you, and you're going to grow long, flex through that left heel, and then just take that twist. A little bit of a twist. Heart is opening. Nice kind of stretch into the inside of that leg. Beautiful. One more breath here. Perfect. Come back through to center. We're going to take these legs and we're going to extend both of them long. And I encourage you might take that rolled towel and place it behind the knees so that you don't overextend these legs. Let the toes turn up towards the sky. Spread those sit bones a little bit. Remember, I'm sitting up on a blanket. That may be nice to get that height. And take a nice inhale, grow long. And then slowly, belly draws in, spine stays long. We're going to come into a forward fold here. But please don't overdo. Please don't think that it needs to be so deep. Just notice that sweetness up the back of the legs. Notice that openness that you're searching for into the lower back. Notice how it feels because you're not going so deeply. Let the head release. Breathe into the backs of the shoulders, the back of the neck. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. Again, this is not a deep stretch we're looking for. It's just allowing the back of the body to expand. Beautiful. From here, lift the belly button in and up. Tuck the chin and roll yourself up nice and slowly. And at the top, that heart opens. And from here, we're going to take that right hand to the outside of that left leg, and that left hand comes behind. I want you to push through that left leg, lift the belly, and take a twist here. So getting some nice kind of energy, I keep calling it energy, up the outside of that left leg. Breathing in, breathing out. Taking your twist, 1 more breath here. Love it. And then slowly, we're going to come back through to center, taking that left hand to the outside of that right leg, and you're going to push through that heel of that right leg. It kind of grows a little bit longer than that left leg. And then from here, right hand comes behind you, get some nice length, push through the heel, and take this twist. Beautiful. Feel the body, don't lock into it. Feel each breath. Let that be part of the movement. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then slow, we're coming back through to neutral. We're going to take and bend these knees now. Feet can be a little bit wider. And take the hands behind the knees. And you might find you can kind of clasp the fingertips behind the knees. You might even find the wrists. You might find the elbows, but I still want the knees, the legs to be maybe 2 fists separated. So whatever it is for you, take a nice inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the chest and belly towards those thighs, and then just exhale, staying long, let the head go. And we're going to just take a few breaths here, a little bit of bind of the fingertips, of the wrists or the elbows. And just notice if you can pause here. Let the head go. Inhales and exhales, just feel the expansion and release in your body. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Slow and controlled, lift the belly button up, sliding up. Good. We're going to take that right leg long now, keeping this left leg bent. And again, you can always slide that towel behind that extended leg, so behind that right knee. So that left foot can stay on the earth, the knee bent. And we're going to take this right hand to the outside of that left knee. And as we lift our chest, we're going to take a twist again. So left hand comes behind you. You kind of draw that knee a little bit across the body. And then open the chest that way. Good. Taking your twist, taking your time. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then slow, we're going to come back through. We're going to take this right foot now, and we're going to bring it to the inside, this left foot to the inside of that right leg. So now the leg is out in front, not out to the side. So similar shape, but different leg, right? Different placement. Grow nice and long, and then slowly begin to reach over that right leg, that extended leg, walking the fingertips out a little bit. Rocking slightly side to side. Beautiful. Take a breath or 2. Maybe the inhales lengthen you some more, and the exhales can melt you into it as your body begins to relax Maybe you find more space. Really nice. Just relax the mind so that the body can then release. Two more breaths here. One more breath. Beautiful, love it. Just draw the belly button in, tuck the chin, use the core to roll yourself up. Good, staying on this side. That right hand comes to the outside of that left knee. That left hand comes behind, another twist, similar shapes. We keep moving through. Push through that right heel. Open up the chest. Take this little twist. And then from here, we're going to take that left hand, we're going to sweep it up to the sky. And then we're going to reach it over, almost like you're reaching over to those toes. Doesn't need to be big. Feel that nice length of the spine, belly button drawing in. And breathe into the whole left side of the body. Relax the neck. Two more breaths here. Each breath just letting you soften. One more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly coming back up. Let that left hand come back down. Unravel from the twist. Beautiful. Take this left leg. Extend it long. Really nice. Good. Coming to the other side. So same thing. I'm going to slide this rolled towel behind my left knee just so I don't overextend tonight. And then this right foot is going to be on the earth with that knee bent, and it doesn't have to be bent really tightly. It can be a little more open. And just a little bit of flexion, a little extension into that left leg. And then placing that left hand to the outside of that right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Grow long. Take a nice inhale here. Soften the shoulders. And then take this twist. You're kind of drawing that knee in towards your center line as you twist out. Relax. Two more breaths. One more breath. And very slowly, as you come back through, slow on the release, so important, especially with twists. We're going to take this right foot, bringing it towards the inside of that left leg, and just letting that left knee, that right knee, open up. So you might slide that block in underneath that right knee. Sit nice and tall again. So as you notice, this left leg is out in front. Slowly, long spine as you walk out here. Take your time. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths, so don't rush it. Let the body maybe softly move side to side. Notice the tension that may have found its way into your neck. Soften it. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice again where you're forceful, where you're pushy, and see if you can let that go and just let gravity kind of take your body a little bit. Beautiful. One more breath here. Love it. Lift the belly button in and up. Tuck the chin and slowly roll yourself up. Nice and slow. Placing that left hand across your body on that right knee. Right hand comes behind. Lift tall on an inhale. Push through a little flexion into that left leg. And exhale, take that twist. Beautiful. One more breath here. Lift the heart. And then taking that right arm, we're going to sweep it up to the sky, get some length, and then exhale over those toes. So just take that nice reach, feeling that whole right side of the body open, And that gaze, that head, keep it soft. Two more breaths, that's it. And one more breath. Beautiful. Slowly, this top hand, this right hand comes back down. Taking your time as you come back through to center. Love it. And from here, just releasing. We're going to take these knees and we're going to bring them around, coming into tabletop position, hands and knees. So as you travel, you might find you bring a blanket under your knees if you need extra cushion. Nothing wrong with that. Up to you. Placing the hands onto the earth, knees underneath the hips, spread the fingers. From here, we're going to move into that cow pose, lifting the heart. You can keep the toes, the tops of the feet down into the earth. You don't need to curl the feet. And just pause there, kind of massaging that front of body, that back bend. Take another inhale. Lift the belly button in and up as you begin to tuck the tail, rolling through the spine as you tuck the chin. Pause there as well. Feel that space, back of body. Next inhale, begin to move into that cow pose, opening up that heart, lifting that tail. And exhale as you round your spine to the sky. Inhale again, back to that cow, lift your chest. And exhale, reaching into that cat. Love it. From here, come back, nice neutral spine. We're going to take and curl these right toes under. So just curl the right toes and sit back kind of towards that right heel. Getting some massage into the toes, the sole of the foot, maybe even into the calf. Just kind of feel that one foot, right? Let the head go. Beautiful. And then from here, come back up. Release the right toes, curl the left toes under, sit back towards that heel, letting the left sit bones sit back towards that left heel. One more breath. Beautiful. Coming back up, tabletop position. Release the toes so the tops of the feet are down onto the earth, and we're going to move through that cat-cow, kind of making figure eights here. So we're going to take and kind of begin to circle the hips a little bit, kind of moving that pelvis as if it's moving from that cow to the cat. And then begin to move the head. So you'll just find your rhythm, your movement. Stay with it, explore it, let the outside world go as you just connect to your body. And then slow, when you're ready, switch direction. You should feel good, that movement of the pelvis, of the spine, of the neck, of the shoulders. Perfect. Come back to a nice neutral spine. Notice how that feels. And we're going to curl both toes under now. And we're going to walk the hands out a little bit more out in front of us. Just a little couple inches forward. And then sit both sit bones back towards the heels. And allow the hips to stay a little bit longer. And let that heart melt down to the earth. Hands can be a little bit wider. Just feel that space coming into the armpits, into the neck, into the shoulders. And don't forget about those feet. One more breath here. And then slowly coming back up. We're going to keep these toes curled under and lift to a downward facing dog. So taking your time. First downward dog, you can always leave it out. And just move the body a little bit. Feet can be wide. Let that head go. Don't take this dog so seriously. I know when I first started to practice this downward dog, it was such a miserable thing for me. I was so tight. And I feel like if I was able to move like I am this evening with you, I would have really enjoyed it a little bit more. As you pedal the feet, relax the breath. One more here. Good, and then walk these hands back towards the feet. Let the feet come a little bit wider, as wide maybe as the mat. Slide the hands up to the thighs. Let the spine be long, crown of head, front of room, tail behind. Take a breath, inhale, and then drape your body down here. So hands might slide down the backs of the legs, kind of towards the ankles. Letting the head go and just letting yourself drape here. Opening up the legs, the lower back, the hips. One more breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we slide the hands up towards the thighs, long spine. Melt and release. And we're going to walk these hands back out and find that downward dog just for a breath. Inhale. Melt into the heels as you exhale. Beautiful. Slow. Bring these knees back down to the earth. And this time, let the knees come a little bit wider. Toes can come towards each other. And we're going to sit back into child's pose. And here's another great modification. You can slide a blanket behind your knees here so you can kind of support this pose, especially if you're tight or if your knees bother you. It sort of helps you not go so deep, right? But still find a space to relax into. Let the arms be out in front, maybe the forearms onto the earth to start. Letting the belly drape between the thighs. And that heart center melt towards the earth. One more breath. We're going to take these hands, walk them over to the right. And if it feels okay to you, take that left hand and place the palm on top of the back of the right hand. It might be a lot, so then just keep the hands side by side instead of stacked. One more breath here. And then slowly walking the hands back to center, and then walking them over to the left. And same thing, hands might stay stacked sort of side by side, or you might place that right palm on top of the left hand and just melt there. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then coming back through to center. And coming back up, hands and knees. You can slide that blanket out if you placed one there. Tabletop position. And we're going to take this right leg and we're going to slide it through between our hands. So just set that up. That right foot onto the earth. And this is where those props can come in if you have them. You can place blocks underneath the hands. And just lean forward a little bit, open up the chest, open up that heart. And just feel some space. Take a breath. And then let that chin softly dip, yeah? So just breathe into the back of that neck and shoulders. Two more breaths here. One more breath. And then slowly lift the pelvic floor. We're going to begin to roll up. So push into the feet, slide the hands to the top of that right knee. Take your time, watch the balance. Gaze is out in front, shoulders down the back of the body. Focus there. Beautiful. Lean forward a little bit. Tuck the tail a little bit. Feel the front of that left hip. Take this left arm up to the sky. And then take it over to the right. Breathing again into that hip. Stay focused. And again. One more breath here. And then bringing the hands back down, finding those blocks or the earth, up to you. We're going to extend slow, that right leg long. I often do this little sequence that gets that nice hamstring stretch. Really important to soften into it. Kind of maybe wag the tail a little bit, finding that length and that appropriate space for your leg. Not forceful. Again, just letting the day kind of slip away. One more breath here. Beautiful. Slide that right foot back down towards the earth and then slide it back here. Little option to come to child's pose or maybe a downward facing dog, up to you. Just take a breath or two in either place. Get that length, that easefulness. Beautiful, and then slow. If you're in that dog, bring the knees back down. If you're in the child, we come back towards that tabletop and slide this left foot forward between the hands. Same thing. Maybe those props come in, right? So either side of that foot. And just lean forward and get that space, that length. Relax the shoulders. And then slow, just let that chin dip. Kind of not collapsing into the shoulders, but reaching a little bit out of the hands. Feel that space, shoulder blades, neck. One more breath. And then ever so slowly, we're really going to lift the core and we're going to slide the hands to the knee as we tuck the chin. Eyes open. Roll yourself up. Take your time. Shoulders down the back of the body. Beautiful. Lean forward a little bit. There it is. And take that right hand. Sweep it up. And then reach it slightly over. Should feel good. Don't overdo. One more breath. Perfect. And then slow as you release. Hands come back down, maybe to the blocks, maybe to the earth. And then this left leg slides long. So just take your time to notice how this feels in your body. Again, I like to kind of move a little bit side to side and then find a nice breath, inhale, and then soften into the pose and the exhale, moving peacefully into these poses, not forcefully. One more breath. Beautiful. Slide that left foot back down to the earth. And then that same option here. You might slide back to child. You might take a downward dog for a few breaths, whatever it is for you. And just think about downward dog as just a place to regroup. Feet again can be a little bit wider. Knees can slowly move with awareness, bending one, bending the other. Let the head go. And then together, wherever you are, coming back down with the knees or back towards hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to make our way down to our backs. Really good idea. So as you find your way down to your back, I'm just going to move some things around here. Let the knees be bent and soles of the feet stay on to the earth. And from here, just let the knees gently move side to side, gentle windshield wipers. Love it. And then from here, next time the knees go over to the right, you might open the feet up a little bit and just kind of let them drape. Here's another wonderful place for a support, bringing a block or a blanket underneath that bottom knee. And just breathe into that front hip. I love this twist with the feet a little bit wider, opening up a little bit more space for that front hip flexor. And from here, take that left arm, reach it up to the sky, and just get that nice reach. So from the left knee through the front of that left hip, the rib cage, the armpit, up into the fingertips. And just breathe here. A few more breaths. And again, one more breath. And then slowly, that left hand is going to come back down. We're going to lift the belly button in, that core, to bring the knees back through. Perfect. And then from here, gentle windshield wipers. You can place, if you used a prop, you can place it over to the left side. And then let these knees begin to drape over to the left. Feet can again slide a little bit wider. That towel underneath that left knee or thigh to support it. Find that space, just pause here first. And then let this right arm reach over your head, getting that little bit of extra stretch from that right knee to the right fingertips. And just let go here. Nothing forceful, nothing striving here, just being easeful and joyful. Beautiful, one more breath. And then slow, that right arm comes back down. Beautiful, these knees come back through. Soles of the feet come back onto the earth. And just gently rock them side to side. So just checking in with those hips, that nice movement that we just took. Coming back to neutral, we're going to draw this right knee into the chest. And hands can always hook around to the front of the knee or shin, or it might be behind, whatever feels right to you. Draw it in. Feels good. And another breath here, just kind of drawing that knee in, that little compression into the hip that I love. Good. And then from here, we're going to take this right leg, slide it up to the sky, getting that length behind the right leg, circle the ankle. Great little practice this evening. All bits and pieces of the body. And take that circle the other direction. Perfect. From here, we're going to take this right ankle, cross it over that left knee, and just let that right knee open away from your body a little bit, keeping that evenness on the back, those hips, that back down into the earth. You might find you slip the hands behind that left thigh or knee, drawing these knees into the chest. A little bit of soft flexion of the feet. If this feels okay, you could also play with extending that left leg long. Just notice how that feels. Lengthen the neck. Relax the shoulders. One more breath here. And if that left leg is extended, bend that knee again. Draw in maybe a little bit more, but again, not forceful. Sweetly. Beautiful. Left foot comes down to the earth. Right foot down to the earth. A little bit of windshield wipers. Again, just that place to reset. And then taking this left leg, drawing it in. Same thing, hands might lace around the outer part of the knee, or they might come behind the knee. Notice what's right for you. Breathe into it. Nice compression, soft compression into that hip socket as you draw that thigh in. Beautiful. One more breath here. Extending this left leg long, letting the hands slide behind that leg. A little bit of that nice extension of the leg, and begin to circle that left foot one direction. And then the other. Beautiful. And then from here, that left ankle crosses over that right knee, just pausing as you kind of open up that knee, that left knee away from you. Notice how that feels. Connect lower back down onto the earth. And then from here, you might slide the hands behind that thigh, that right thigh, drawing the knees in. Notice how it feels. Just take a pause. Find what's right for you in this shape. You might extend that right leg long. Notice how that moves through your body. Some say that when you extend the leg long, it softens the pose and it's deeper. I feel that when I bend my knee. So notice if that's the case for you. Anyway, getting that inversion with the leg extended. One more breath here. And then you might bend that right knee, pausing, taking a breath, maybe drawing in a little bit more. Again, not forceful. And then sliding that right foot down to the earth. And then from here, drawing that left knee into the chest and letting that right leg follow. So now both knees are in, and you can open them up a little bit wider. I love that shape, kind of wrapping the inner thighs a little bit more around the rib cage. Toes kind of sliding towards each other, but whatever feels right to you. Rock a little bit. You can always move this shape and move into a happy baby, taking the outer edges of the feet or the ankles or a yogi toe lock. Feel that shape or leave it out. Again, whatever feels appropriate this evening for you. Connect to the breath. One more breath. And then letting these knees slide back into the chest. And then soles of the feet come down onto the earth. And from here, we're going to refine that whatever it is you're using. I have a little bit of everything, so I'm using this rolled towel. And you might find you use 2 of those. It's up to you. We're going to just take and lift our lower backs off the earth, so lifting off the earth, and then slide that towel or block underneath the sacrum. So it's at the base of the spine. You can see this isn't in my lumbar spine. That would be about there. It's underneath where the sacrum is, right above, say, the sit bones as well. And then just let yourself melt there. So again, it might be 2 towels rolled and placed underneath you. And just take your breath here. Let your body go into this supported bridge pose. And then from here, you can stay soles of the feet onto the earth, or you might take and lift these legs softly up, and then take the legs up to the sky. Lovely inversion. Keep it soft, not forceful. Breathing there. Just notice as you have these legs up, the sensation, this blood moving through our legs back down to our hearts. Wonderful practice at the end of the day. You can also take this practice with the legs up the wall. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, you can stay here. You might bring the feet down if it feels too much for you, or you might move so that you can have these legs up against a wall or draped over a chair even. Notice what it is for you, what's right for you. Just taking wherever you are about 5 more breaths together. Lovely. And again, you're welcome to stay wherever you are with the legs to the sky or up against a wall. Bending the knees. Let the soles of the feet come down to the earth. And slide that support out from your lower back. Rock the knees a little bit. And then extend these legs long to the corners of the mat. Let the hips roll out. Let the feet roll out. You might take that blanket and cover yourself up. Settle in, just taking a moment or two with me in this Shavasana. Find a soft inhale through the nose. Let those shoulders melt as you exhale out through the mouth. And just be here. Just release here. Just let go. Just let the body endlessly melt. Up into your heart. Find the ease of your practice. Feel that throughout your whole body. Breathing in, breathing out. Just allowing your body to sink in. Let go. You might stay here a little bit longer. You might begin to move the fingertips, the toes. Roll over to your side. And just pause, wrapping yourself into that fetal position, that self-care, that quiet place. A place where you can connect to the goodness, to the gratitude. And then slowly just begin to lift yourself up. And as you do, just find that spine nice and long. Notice how your body feels. And bringing these palms together at your heart center. And just bow into this day, this evening. Bow into yourself. Namaste. Thank you, dear yogis. Such a sweet practice. I hope you have a wonderful, easeful evening. If you're enjoying this practice, I do a very similar one on Monday on Zoom. So you can do 2 nice, gentle classes, Monday night and Thursday night. Both really sweet and lovely. So let me know if you enjoyed it, and see you soon.